This is the thing. I want to talk about deception like really, really quickly. This is how easy it is. No matter how long you have to think, even if it's days, weeks, whatever, but usually it's a snap. It's a matter of finding the right mechanics in the words to ask for the number on the bottom of the modem. It's that simple. So just find the right mechanics of the words in order to ask for that number without actually lying. That's how it goes. Ask for the number on the bottom of the modem. It's that simple. So just find the right mechanics of the words in order to ask for that number without actually lying. That's how it goes. Incorrect still. I'm sorry, you need to do your homework, Mr. Whatever. This is how it goes. I need the number on the bottom of that modem. Do you need it? Yeah, I need it. This is why. Why can actually fall. I am not trying to ruin anyone's morning juice, but realistically, the lock there that one has picked is trying to find the absolute correct words to jut into the brain of the other individual to get the information. Hackers don't. When I say jut, I mean without really harming anybody, maybe machines, but anybody. But realistically, picking locks for hackers is a sport. It's not a reality. It's not an everyday. It just is. End of story. Oh, stealing to eat's the problem? No. Let's talk about stealing to get sanitary items for a female. Let's talk about stealing to get pat. That's stealing. But one can then turn around and say, I had to steal it. I needed it. I needed it. Stealing, though, without honesty immediately. When people meet me, I say I'm a hacker. That's what I say. That's what I've always said. But yeah, for a lot of years, I knew I couldn't walk around legally with the copy of Windows I even used. So I switched. In the end, we all did. That's that. Getting honest with regards to lies can take forever. It's a progress, even. It's a progressive process, even. But yeah, literally, it's just a matter of sitting down and telling someone that if the subject word consent comes up in any conversation, no, at that point you can become even legally binding to what's going on, especially something that's been signed, which has been. But yeah, consent is consent. Don't. Intermittence of my actual job, one of them, which is social engineering itself, explaining how to, the way to do it, etc. The reality is this. Manipulation is a word that was added even. And the fact that it was broke rules that should never. As far as social engineering itself goes, I hate to say this, in admittance, manipulation was a word that should never have been added because it's so broad and so awful and not too even perhaps tend. But yeah, the old-fashioned way is the way to go. The old-fashioned way is the way to do it. I always have. I know hundreds of thousands of people who do it that way anyway. Why lie? Be truthful. Dodge if you need to. But the militia needs manipulation. That's what they need. Business ethics say don't use manipulation unless you need to. And then when you need to, use it, but use it briefly, quickly, and as concisely as possible. Literally, this is what happened with NOP with me. I need it back where it was. NOP, interesting stuff. It was functioning as a legal sociopath. But all corporations, quote unquote, do, even though it legally was not one, it was painted in that light at times. Boobs on the flyer and everything. In order to take it. For a while, it was treated exactly as it was, a legal sociopath, even though it was never a corporation to begin with. When I took it over, I needed to steal it. I needed to use tools like manipulation, which are gone now. I wiped them out. Oh no, if anyone was watching instead of just speaking or making fun of people, people would have seen me dismantle it, decorporate it, and actually then create a collaborative of artists instead, which is a way better deal. It's fun, even. That's how stupid people are. When you buy something, it's usually because you want it or need it. When you accidentally buy something from a telemarketer even, you hated buying it, or do you even know yet? Because you won the sweepstakes. When you collect money, they owed it. End of story. Let's talk about the borderline anyway. And I say that for a reason, because they have this land that they go to where everyone agrees, even. But literally, one person throws it out their mouth, and the other person has to catch frequently, especially as children, they have to. And that's that. This is how people end up with the wrong person blatantly, okay? On one hand, there are very genuine, fun-loving, like, oh my goodness, so I scam people occasionally, but I'm telling you about it. And on the other hand, they really have the scam and they need it. And that's sometimes there can be a temporary, illustrial, even abusive, because it will become a love on one end because they have the scam and they need it and they want it. And on the other hand, the other person's just like, what? Dude, I just do this for fun. And they mean that. Fun and games is art. And literally, I have all this stuff down to an art. We know it. Anyway. But the reality is there are people out there that are crooks that can't be honest. It won't be honest. It'll never be honest. And that's the end of that. This is the way I live my life, though. Can you get out of those lies? Like, needlessly, can you? And get out of them needfully. But the reality is this. Yeah, unfortunately, one of you is honest and the other one's not. Honesty, honest criminal even.